temperatures really don't fluctuate much day and night, maybe 5 degrees at most. We'll say the end of May is toward the end of what they are considered the dry season. It is unlikely it's going to rain while you're there. If it does, it'll probably rain for about 15 minutes and then blow over. Because it is the end of the dry season, the mosquito and bug situation should be on the low side, but you are going to want to bring some bug spray. Most of the restaurants have some available to spray, but it's definitely the tropics, and if you are not directly over water, you will probably experience some bugs. Another issue that you may encounter while we're there is sargassum weed. Sargassum is something the entire Caribbean experiences. It is a large floating seaweed that when it gets onto the beach, it tends to be a little bit on the smelly side and difficult to navigate. The town itself will usually attempt to rake it on a daily basis, so it shouldn't cramp your style too much, but to the extent that you're expecting nothing but white sandy beaches, it's unlikely because there probably will be some sargassum at that time. With regard to the time of day, Belize is in the central time zone. However, they do not have daylight savings time. So in May, while you're there, it will be the equivalent of mountain time zone because they do not push their clock forward. Daylight there, sunrise usually comes right about 6 a.m. And it usually sets in the late 5 o'clock hour. It's pretty much a 12-hour day almost all year long. With regard to rain, while it's unlikely, a simple rain jacket is fine. Most of the places that you will be while you're there are essentially outside. They're outdoors. Most of the restaurants are not going to have walls on the side of them, so you will be experiencing essentially nature's air conditioning and not air conditioning itself. The hotels themselves will have air conditioning if you need to cool off. That's the place to go there. But expect it to be warm and expect to sweat. From an attire standpoint, I wear a bathing suit the entire time I'm there. Whether or not I intend to go swimming or not, it's just the most comfortable way to dress. And most people there are not going to be dressed up more than that. It is a very beach casual place, and that's dictated mostly by the weather itself. Sunscreen, you are going to want to have sunscreen. It's pretty intense. If you're going to be snorkeling, get some reef safe sunscreen. I will say that both bug spray and sunscreen, while you can certainly buy it there, it is pretty expensive vis-a-vis what you can probably purchase in the States and bring with you. So we'd probably recommend you pack it with you. But know that if for some reason you ran out, there's plenty of places to buy it. So.
And if you pack it with you, I would put it in your checked luggage because we've gotten our very expensive sunscreen and bug repellent confiscated before going through TSA. So, yeah. And the hottest time of the day is usually the 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. hour. So
Yep.
that's where you're probably going to be the warmest. Great. All right. Well, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, or you can text us as always. If you want our email address, it's trt.pbc@gmail.com, and we'll see you for episode 4. Bye.